I've talked to you on this channel before about the importance of trust and how it plays a crucial role in establishing connection with prospects and accelerating sales. I have new information to share with you today that is going to put this into an entirely different perspective that I think you'll appreciate. I'm now on a page on the Gallup organization's website. We're going to look at some specific survey data based on questions that they asked participants in this survey as related to honesty and ethics in professions. So they asked the question, please tell me how you would rate the honesty and ethical standards of people from these different fields. Very high, high, average, low, or very low. And as you look down the list, you'll see some standard professions that you're very aware of, and you may share some of these opinions. This does relate to people in sales, and I'll share why in just a minute and how I think this applies to us. At the top of the list is nurses. Nurses get 27% very high scores, 54% high. If you put those two together, it's 81%. 81% of respondents felt that nurses have a very high or high level of honesty and ethical standards. Only 1% said very low. Only 2% said low. So 81% versus 3%. You might share the same feeling about nurses. What I thought was interesting is that doctors actually came in behind nurses. Why is it that nurses get such a high rating in this survey? Higher than grade school teachers, higher than military officers, higher than judges, clergy, etc. I think there are a few key reasons. One, I don't believe that patients of nurses believe that nurses have a hidden agenda, are out for themselves, do not hold the best interests of the patient to be preeminent, do not have caring dispositions, are sacrificing for the sake of the other person, have hearts that are oriented towards serving other people. I believe patients believe all these things about nurses, which is why you see these survey results. I personally feel that way about nurses myself. I've been under their care many times in my life, and I can attest to all of these attributes that I think are why they get these scores. So as we go down the list, you see other professions. Where might there be a sales position on this list? What do you think? So let's scroll on down. Well, it's not the very bottom. That very bottom position is saved for lobbyists. Lobbyists get 1% very high, 4% high. So that's 5%, right, out of 100. Low and very low, 35% and 28%. So that comes out to 63%. That's the worst in the survey. But what is just above lobbyists? Car salespeople. Car salespeople. Anytime someone thinks of a car salesperson, they don't think that that person doesn't have a hidden agenda, is not thinking of themselves and what they can gain from this interaction, don't necessarily have a servant's heart, aren't really caring as much about improving the life of the person that they're meeting with. Almost the opposite of the way you feel about nurses is the way many people feel about car salespeople. Now, you're probably not a car salesperson. I probably have a very small percentage of car salespeople who watch the videos on this channel. You might sell software, hardware, medical devices. You might sell all variety of things other than cars. So you might feel like, hey, that doesn't apply to me. Is that right? Do you think people think of salespeople in general at a much higher level than just car salespeople? It could be. I wouldn't be surprised if generic salesperson was a little bit higher, but I honestly don't think it's going to be a lot higher. I think most people don't feel that salespeople put their interests first. So what does this mean for you? You must work to establish trust. You have to establish trust with your buyer. You have to make them feel that you're putting their interests ahead of your own. I've shared multiple videos about how to establish trust with your prospects, so I'm not going to go back over all that territory. But I am going to say that I think this data, which is not that old, it's from 2021, it's still pretty fresh data, suggests that if you start thinking and acting and caring more like a nurse than a salesperson, if you can somehow adopt that perspective and approach to your prospect, it's going to change their view of you. It will take time, it will take energy, and it will take real effort to make the other person feel like you're putting their interests ahead of your own. And you'll probably want to say it more than once, because if they hear it and then they start to feel it, they might actually begin to believe it. And that could lead to an accelerated level of trust, a stronger connection, and long-term business that was worth the effort. So consider this data and think about what it means for you and how you can change your approach to selling. I believe it'll help you to make more sales this year. It's causing me to think a lot. All right, if this video has helped you, opened up your perspective, like it, share your comments with me below. If you have questions, post them in the comments, or you can email me at michael@buildandbalance.com. I answer all email that I receive. Some people are very surprised to receive email back from me the same day. If you have questions about sales, send them to me in an email, and I may answer them in a future video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Watch the rest of the videos I have on this channel. They're all dedicated to helping you to improve your professional success. Of course, if you'd like to learn more about working with me, visit my channel, buildandbalance.com. My website. And on the website are coaching and training services descriptions, as well as a description of my new online sales training course, which you can take at your own pace and learn a lot about how to improve your sales ability in just 7 weeks' time. And it's guaranteed, or you can ask for your money back. I hope that you trust that I'm putting your interests ahead of my own. Thank you very much.